In recent days, the world has been gripped by reports of military escalations over the Middle East. We've seen the headlines: American pilots forced to eject under extreme conditions. On social media, the footage is always the same: a flash of fire, a seat launching into the sky, and a white parachute drifting against the horizon. To most, it looks like a Hollywood happy ending, a sign that the pilot is safe. But in the world of elite aviation, pulling that ejection handle is rarely a clean escape. It's a brutal physical trauma that news cameras never show. The pilots returning from these missions today will likely never be the same again. When a pilot ejects, they aren't choosing a graceful exit. They are choosing a controlled explosion to avoid certain death. Under the seat lies a high-powered pyrotechnic charge. The moment it's triggered, a human being is accelerated to over 200 kilometers per hour in a fraction of a second. In that single moment, the body endures forces between 14 to 20 G. If a pilot weighs 80 kilograms, their body suddenly feels like it weighs nearly 2 tons. Their blood becomes as heavy as lead, and the heart physically cannot pump it to the brain, often causing an immediate blackout. The most terrifying consequence is what happens to the spine. Human vertebrae aren't built for vertical impacts of this magnitude. The G-force literally crushes the bones against each other. After a successful ejection, pilots are often 2 to 3 centimeters shorter than they were before takeoff. This isn't a metaphor. Their spinal discs are permanently flattened. Compression fractures are incredibly common, leading to a lifetime of chronic pain or partial paralysis. Furthermore, the pressure is so violent that blood vessels in the skin and eyes burst, leaving the pilot's face swollen and covered in G-measles, tiny red dots where blood was forced through the pores. For many pilots, including those in the latest news, saving their life means the end of their career. Military regulations are ruthless. A human spine can usually only survive 1, maybe 2 ejections in a lifetime. Any more is a near guarantee of permanent disability. So, the next time you see a parachute drifting over a conflict zone, remember, that person just paid the highest physical price to make it home. They survived, but their body was left behind in that shattered cockpit. To understand how far the human body can be pushed before it breaks, you have to know the story of Bill Weaver. In 1966, he was flying an SR-71 Blackbird at Mach 3.2, over 3 times the speed of sound, at an altitude of 78,000 feet. Suddenly, a massive engine failure caused the aircraft to disintegrate around him. Weaver didn't even have time to pull the ejection handle. The force of the breakup literally ripped him out of the cockpit while he was still strapped to his seat. At that speed and altitude, the air shouldn't have just broken his bones. It should have turned his internal organs into liquid. His suit pressurized instantly, saving him from his blood literally boiling in the thin atmosphere. He blacked out immediately, waking up thousands of feet below, dangling from a parachute he never even remembered opening. Weaver survived, but his RSO, the man in the back seat, didn't. His neck snapped instantly from the whiplash of the ejection. Bill Weaver eventually returned to the skies, but he remains one of the few humans to ever eject at triple the speed of sound and live to tell the tale. It is a miracle of engineering, but more importantly, a testament to the terrifying resilience and fragility of the human frame. Because for every Bill Weaver, there are dozens of pilots who made it to the ground only to find that the person who took off that morning never truly came back down.